Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and safety and much blessings to the Yakim that is pushing this truth out the four corners of the earth in all truth and sincerity and in diligence. All right, this is a lesson, quick lesson going over or revisiting the Sabbath, because it's still guys which call themselves Israelites teaching that the Sabbath is from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, which is totally incorrect, okay, and against the scriptures. So without further ado, let me just get into it, because the Sabbath is, to keep the Sabbath holy is a commandment, you see, and this is what we must do, and that's why we're set up as leaders, prophets, teachers, to guide the sheep in the direct way, to guide the sheep in the right way. You see, this is Exodus chapter 20, verse 8. It says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Meaning, right? Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy, to set it apart, right? It says, 6 days shall thou labor and do all thy works, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy power. In it shalt thou not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is with thee within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. You see, so the Sabbath is a day that we must keep holy. You see, and when you go into that word Sabbath, you go into the word Sabbath, and then you go into the root word H7673, which goes into Shabbat, right? And it says to cease, desist, rest, to cease, to rest from labor. So what? The Sabbath day is a day of rest, right? That we chill, and seek the Lord. Seek Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, all right? Not to where you can do whatever you want to do, all right? Because you have guys within captivity that call themselves Israelites, that call themselves directing the church. They would use the fact that we're in captivity as a reason as to profane the Sabbath. Well, we in captivity, if we was in our righteous state, we wouldn't be in this predicament. No, we rehearsing the righteous acts, right? We don't build our life around. We don't build our life around ourselves. We build our life around the truth. All right, the truth don't come second. The truth come first. Okay, so that word Sabbath means to rest from labor. Okay. So look, you got these guys that says, and see, they're observing, and that's the point of this lesson, that they're observing the Sabbath on the wrong days. And you got the masses of people in these camps, specifically, I've heard specifically IUIC, okay? So they say Friday to Saturday is the Sabbath. Well, they're going after what? The so-called white man's Sabbath, you see? Them so-called Jews, that's what they do. That's what they do. They celebrate the Sabbath from Friday to Saturday sundown. All right? And that goes back all the way up to the Romans. See, we're Israelites. We're a conquered people. All right? Everything is out of order. All right? We were told, we were given their doctrine. We were given their wisdom. All right? But we have came back into our heritage and tap into our power. So we know that our enemy, to whom we should never trust, he's given us lies. You see? And when you do the history on this devil, which I've done, we're going to show you. Check it out. This is you can look this up. It says the Romans who are in noun power today is just the modern day Romans known as Americans. It says the Romans named the days of the week after their gods and correspond to the 5 known planets. And I'll put this, Lord willing, this link in the description box. It says the Romans named the days of the week after their gods and corresponded to the 5 known planets plus the sun and moon, which the Romans also considered planets. To this day, all Romance language mostly familiarly Spanish, French, and Italian, still bear the marks of Roman day names, the exception being Sunday, which now translates to the Lord's Day, and Saturday, which translates to Sabbath. You see? So all these weekdays were named after their gods. Okay? So this devil, he conquered these lands and named them what? And put his philosophies in the planet Earth, man. All right? He put forth the way he want things to be ran, which is not according to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So look, when you go into Friday, and this is the same day they say that the Sabbath starts at sundown. Friday is named after the wife of Odin. Some scholars say her name was Frigg. Others say it was Freya. Other scholars say Frigg and Freya are two separate goddesses, which there's no such thing when you're dealing with the Holy Scriptures. Okay? And I'm going to keep reading. Whatever her name, she was often associated with Venus, the Roman goddess of love, beauty, and fertility. Friday comes from the Old English Frigaday. So, which goes back to what? Women worship. Okay? So, you guys that's saying that the Sabbath start on Friday, you're upholding a woman worship custom. So you're totally going off. All right? As Saturday, Germanic and Norse traditions didn't assign any of their gods to this day of the week. They retained the Roman Yule name instead. The English word Saturday comes from the Anglo-Saxon word Saturdays, which translates to Saturn day, which goes back to what? They worship Saturn, all right? The planet, all right? So, if you're an Israelite saying that the Shabbat starts from Friday and it's Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, you're going according to your oppressor's philosophy, which makes you totally not in the spirit, okay? You are misleading the flock, all right? And you have to understand that we're behind enemy lines. And when you read the book of Daniel 7, verse 25, it says, "And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hands until a time and times and dividing of times." Now it says what? This devil shall speak great words against the Most High. Look, this devil, great words against the Most High, Heavenly Father, speaks volumes through his New World Order, his so-called science, his political policies, and also his hard-on to destroy the children of Israel. All right? This devil has changed times like what? The month of October. OCT, octagon, has 8 sides, right? OCT, anything with OCT means 8. All right? November, which would be what? The so-called 11th month, right? Comes from the Latin word what? Novem, which means what? 9. All right? So really, November is supposed to be the 9th month, right? But here in America, it's the 11th month. It's September. September is based on what? The September, which means 7, which September is the 9th month. And you also what? Got daylight saving times and these so-called leap years. So this devil has changed time. So you really don't know what time you're in. You see? That's why, this devil has to be put out the planet Earth. And you guys that call yourselves Israelites, going back to saying that the Sabbath is to be worshipped on the Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, you're lost. You're lost just as much as the so-called white man. This is why you're considered as a heathen. You see? Because you're doing like the heathens. All right? And this devil has turned everything upside down with his philosophies. This is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 16. It says, "Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work that say of him that made him, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?" You see? So, check it out. The Lord set up what? A natural time system in the planet Earth through creation. You see? But this devil, he turned everything upside down and put his wickedness on it. Look, this is Genesis chapter 1, I'm going to start at 14. It says, and the powers said, let there be light in the firmament of heaven, and to divide the day from the night, and let them be for a sign, and for seasons, and for days, and for years. See, this is our time system through creation. All right, because even like the earth, has its instructions, man. All right, has its course, its purpose. Everything that the Lord created has its purpose, man. All right. And let them be for light in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And the Most High, Salaki, and the powers made two great lights, and the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night, which means the sun and the moon. It says, and he made the stars also, and the power set them in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from darkness. And the power saw that it was good. So through creation, we already had time set up. You see? So it was the Lord created the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night, which we can declare through time, which we use to declare time. You see? So like I said, the Lord set up a natural time system in the planet Earth through creation to keep the foundation of the earth in course. But this devil, this parasite to the earth, which is known as the destroyer of the worlds, has done contrary to the creator and put his wicked ideology on all things. That's why it's upside down. You see? And this is how he say that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua has no understanding. You see? It's the book of Isaiah chapter 66, verse 23. It says, it shall come to pass that from one moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, said the Lord. So according to the scripture, right, it said, look, it says, shall come to pass from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, right? That's what it says, right? It says, yeah, from one new moon to another. It said the new moon and the Sabbath are not always on Friday, right? So these guys are totally off, man. You see? So they say that the Sabbath is always Friday to Saturday, but the new moon is not always on a Friday. From the new moon, because the new moon is also a Sabbath. We keep the new moon Sabbath. You see? 7 days after that is Shabbat. New moon come in, 7 days after that, that's the Shabbat. You see? Look, this is Ecclesiasticus, chapter 43, verse 6. It says, he made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of time and a sign of the world. This is how we can tell when it's the Shabbat. You see? Verse 7, from the moon is a sign of feast, a light that decreased in her perfection. The month is called after her name, because the word month goes back to the word moon. Moon goes back to the word month. Increasingly wonderful in her changings, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heavens. So if you a so-called Israelite, it's not so-called Israelites, like if you call yourself an Israelite and you keeping the Sabbath on Friday to Saturday, you're a heathen. All right, the fake Jews keep that custom. And you know what? It's beautiful that they got it wrong, because to be in tune with the Sabbath is too holy for such wicked individuals. You see? So to keep the Sabbath on Friday to Saturday, to say that's what the Lord prescribed, you're totally going off. Okay? It's from one new moon to another new moon, one Sabbath to another Sabbath. All right? And we tell through what? The declaration of times, the creation that the Lord put in the firmaments. Okay? And you must what? When you to observe the Sabbath, you got to keep it holy, man. All right? Scripture says no work. All right? So, but hold up. We all got to work, correct? You see? And this is where grace comes in at. You see? So, does it make you wicked if you got to work on the Sabbath? No. All right? So the thing, what I'm saying, when it comes down to the Sabbath and work, you know, if you don't have to go to work, but you just go in to make extra hours just to do it, and it's a Sabbath, like working when it's not necessary at all, signing on the extra days to be a team player because you take your job so serious, you're going off. All right? If you're not scheduled to work on the Sabbath, but you go and pick up extra hours to solidify your spot within the company because you take your job serious, you're going off. You see? Cooking. Not supposed to cook on the Sabbath. If you can totally not cook, if you can avoid cooking on the Sabbath, do so. You see? All right? I know me personally, me and my children, you know, we take look, this is Proverbs 6:6. It says, "Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provided her meat in the summer and gathered her food in the harvest." So, you know, we take this as wisdom and apply it, all right? And buy whatever I need before the Sabbath to keep it holy and offend less. So if I know the Sabbath coming in sundown, because we're in the Sabbath right now, all right? And so the Sabbath came in yesterday. At sundown. So the day before, I bought, you know, some bread, you know, some turkey, some cheese, you know, make some cold cuts. And that's what we eat, you know, so we can offend less, okay? You know, so, but the thing is, grace does cover a lot of things, you know, here in this captivity. But accountability and the fear of the Lord creates the narrow path of discipline, which enables us to cut corners. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, if you don't have to cook, don't cook. All right? Sex. These guys in our UIC, sex is the thing. They teach that you can have sex. It's not going off to have sex on the Sabbath. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 13. "If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasures on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord honorable, and shalt honor him, not doing thy own ways, nor finding thy own pleasures, nor speaking thy own words, then shalt thou delight thyself in the Lord, and I will cause thee to rise upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father, for the mouth of the Lord hath spoken it." So the Lord said, what? If you turn away from doing your pleasures, and what's more pleasure, you know, than getting it in with your shorty, all right? That knows your body, that know what you like, right? What's more pleasurable than that, all right? But you see, you know, you get wicked niggas that like to take this scripture and justify it. But when you read 2 Maccabees, 12th chapter, 38th verse, and I'm going to read it in the Good News translation. Check it out. It says, "After the battle, Judas led his men to the town of Adullam. It was the day before the Sabbath. So they purified themselves according to the Jewish custom and observed the holy day." So what? They were unclean, correct? But they had to purify themselves to observe, to be a part of what? The holy custom. So they cleansed themselves to keep the Sabbath holy. So having sex would have made them unclean. So sex on the Sabbath is unlawful. So because when you have sex, it makes you unclean. So if having sex is lawful, then why did they have to purify themselves to be clean, to observe the holy Sabbath? You see, grace doesn't cover that. That's just you being a nigga walking in your flesh. You see? You know, an example of grace is Matthew the 12th chapter. Check it out. This is Matthew 12:3. It says, "But he said unto them, have ye not read what David did when he was hungered, and they that were with him, how he entered into the house of the Most High and did eat the shewbread, which was not lawful for him to eat, neither for them that was with him, but only the priests? Or have ye not read in the law that how the Sabbath days the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath are blameless? You see, because you got a daily sacrifice. You see, you're not supposed to make fires, remember? But the priests had to do what? Make the daily sacrifice. But I said unto you that in this place is one greater than the temple. But if ye had known this, if known what this meaneth, I will have mercy. So like I will have mercy and not sacrifice. Ye will not have condemned the guiltless. For the Son of Man is the Lord even of the Sabbath day. Because what? Grace came through Yahushua. Okay? That's why. Grace came through Yahushua. This is, see, David ate the shewbread out of what? Grace, man. All right? Because he understood. Okay? He understood. You see? That it was going to be what? One bigger than the temple. You see? Which is Yahushua. Okay? No club hopping. No shopping. All right? You can't, you cannot go call yourself, we're going to go, just live it up on the Sabbath day, because we in captivity. Nah, man. You have to observe the Sabbath day and keep it holy and offend less. This is Nehemiah 13 and 15. I'm going to start at 15. It says, in those days saw I in Judah some treading winepress on the Sabbath and bringing sheaves and laden asses, as also wine, grapes, and figs, and all manner of burdens, which they brought into Jerusalem on the Sabbath day. And I testified against them in the day wherein they sold victuals. There dwelt men of Tyre also therein, which brought fish and all manners of ware, and sold on the Sabbath unto the children of Judah in Jerusalem. Because we was all messed up, man. You see, profaning the Sabbath. Then I contended with the nobles of Judah and said to them, what evil thing is this that ye do? See, IUIC, what evil thing is it that you do to say you can have sex on the Sabbath? You see? Did not your fathers thus, and did not our power bring all this evil upon us and upon this city? Yet ye bring more wrath upon Israel by profaning the Sabbath. And it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark before the Sabbath, I commanded that the gates should be shut, and charged that they should not be open until after the Sabbath. You see? So that's why, anything that you don't have to do, you take care of after the Sabbath. Now, we in captivity. I'm not over righteous. It's things that you have to do on the Sabbath. Okay? Whatever that may be, but you knowing, holding yourself accountable, walking in the fear of the Lord, you know what you have to do and what you don't have to do. But these IUIC niggas, they're totally off, man. All right? They're going to guide you down the path of destruction. Okay? So, it says, so the merchants and the sellers of all kinds were lodged without Jerusalem once or twice. Then I testified against them and said unto them, why lodge ye about the walls? Like, why you out here? If you do so again, I will lay hands on you. From that time forth came they no more on the Sabbath, and commanded the Levites that they should cease themselves, they should cleanse themselves, Salakia, and that they should come and keep the gates to sanctify the Sabbath day. They had to cleanse themselves, right? Remember me, O my power, concerning this also, and spare me according to the greatness of thy mercy. You see? So you can't just, you have to remember to keep the Sabbath holy, bruh. And it is not Friday to Saturday. We go according to the moon. You see? So these guys that's telling you that you can have sex on the Sabbath, they're out of there. Like, they're gonna lead you to destruction. You will die the death of the same way this person whom words you have followed. Okay? And the Sabbath is from what? From the new moon. You start from the new moon, and it's what? You can barely see anything in the sky. And they got that little slit, just that little bitty slit where you can barely see anything. You see? That'd be the new moon Sabbath. All right? And you're supposed to keep it holy. This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. It says, this is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but all they shall leave it shall die. So when you leave it off and call yourself keeping the Sabbath from Friday to Saturday, you're leaving off from the book of the commandments, and you're headed for death. Okay? These niggas are wicked, man. All right? So the Sabbath is not Friday, or it's not Friday to Saturday. All right? Brothers post the videos when the Sabbath is. All right? Right now, the Sabbath is from a Tuesday sundown to Wednesday sundown. All right? So you must keep the Sabbath holy. And so with that, I'm going to say shalom.